William Hanner, Eden Hall Upper Elementary, Rams. Number 5, Dave Merlot, Archangel Gabriel Catholic School, Knights. Number 6, Brody Carter, Hudson Middle School Explorers. 9, William Sproul, Marshall Middle, Tiger. 10, Luca Filiaggi, Franklin Elementary, NA Tigers. 11, Jack Rio, Seneca Valley Raiders. 16, Colin Julius, Myers Area Centennial School District, Fighting Planets. 18, Carter Shoe, Peters Township Indians. Number 20, Cruz Armstrong, Eden Hall Upper Elementary, and we are Rams. Number 24, Brady Ferris, Neil Armstrong Middle School, Bethel Park Blackhawks. Number 29, Preston Clutter, Hampton Middle School, Talbots. 34, Riley Upton High, Marjorie Centennial School, Fighting Planets. Number 43, Cam Evans, St. Hilliard Parish School, Celtics. 77, Jake Starr, Seneca Valley Raiders.
Number 78, Austin Wu, Marshall Elementary School, Tigers. 88, Brandon Kaminsky, Marshall Middle School, Tigers. 90, Tina Waugh, Hay Middle School, Raiders.
Good evening, Swirly Nation, and welcome to the nightcap of the Jr Sabres Invitational between the South Shore Kings and your Pittsburgh Penguins. The starting lineup for the Penguins, brought to you by the training table at the Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. In net for the Penguins, number 1, William Hanner. The defense, 77, Jake Starr, and 88, Brennan Kaminsky. Your forwards at wing, number 20, Cruz Armstrong. Number 43, Cameron Evans. And number 10, Luke Filiaggi. An icing by South Shore after a beautiful feed from Filiaggi. Just got the heel of Evans' one-time attempt in the South Shore zone. It'll be Wu leaning into the dot for the Penguins. He's flanked by Shub and Real, Merlot, and Villela, the Penguins' defense. And they're going to look for quick line changes. Fourth game of the weekend, second game of the day. So the legs are going to be a key in this one. Who's got him? And the second, third period, the best way to still have him is to take good, hard, short shifts. 35 seconds on the first one by the Pens. 38, actually. As the Penguins, Shub carries it into the offensive zone. He stays with it, stays on the pressure. The Penguins able to get hard of a defensive change. As Merlot will break it up, and the Kings will go in offside. And we'll get another line change here. We'll see Carter, Sproul, and Filiaggi. Carrying it in behind the net, South Shore. It'll be Sproul getting it out to Carter. Cut off by South Shore at center, but Sproul will follow on. Filiaggi drives into the offensive zone. Stops up. It's tapped past him by South Shore. And it'll be played between the legs of Ofterhide, where Julius will pick it up in the Penguin zone. Julius brings it around. It goes off the skate of Filiaggi. Penguins with pressure. They were able to get one new player out. That was Armstrong. Ofterhide with it in his own end. Rimmed around for Armstrong. Armstrong can't exit the zone. Ofterhide will take control. Driving through center. Pops it into the South Shore end where it'll be Armstrong chasing it. Gets in a bit of the way of Evans, but he's able to tap it back for Wu for a shot. Evans with a bit of pressure. Now Armstrong follows on. It'll be Starr getting to the puck. South Shore will flip it behind Hanner. Back to get it Kaminsky. Kaminsky fans on a pass. So he'll go D to D this time. Right in the middle of three South Shore players. Starr pressured. Turns the puck over, and it's South Shore going to work in the Penguins' end. All the way across the point. Shot in. Rebound cleared by Starr and tapped past by the South Shore Kings. Another rebound sent in front of the net. Puck pops free to the middle. Evans diving in front of one to block a shot. Wu gets there. He's hooked up a bit. No calls. It's back out to the point for Evans to pressure. Starr tripped up. Battle just happening on the wall here. Penguins stuck in their own end. It's all South Shore right now. They haven't been able to work it to the middle, but a clearing attempt by Starr picked off. Heavy shot in on the Penguins' cage. It'll be picked up by Evans. He'll carry it out through center. Into the offensive zone. Well, he'll fire one from the blue line and get a change. Penguins possessing in the offensive zone. Shoe back to Merlot. His shot gloved and held. Face-off won by Filiaggi. Back to Shube, over to Merlot. Deflected shot comes in. Shuby sends it. And a beauty of a save by the South Shore netminder. Worked over to Villela. Villela behind the net for Shube. He's looking. He fires it. Villela's shot skips just wide of the net. Shube reeled to the puck immediately. Rims it around behind for Shube. Merlot keeping it in at the half wall. Filiaggi will battle. And it's all the way back to center for Reel. Reel twisting and turning in his own blue line. Taps it up for Shube. It's off Shube. Jack Reel flies free, and it's a blocker save and a beauty by the South Shore goalie. Shube able to break up the play coming through. And South Shore will break it out. Julius to the puck, working with it. And it'll be too many men on the ice. On the Penguins bench. So the Pens will head to the penalty kill. Sproul steps in to take the draw. Nest by South Shore in the Penguins' end. Shot in on Hanner, stopped and held. 59 seconds left on the PK. Evans pressuring the point. Now Filiaggi, South Shore pulls it around him and fires one in. Wide of Hanner. Take it in the corner where Starr battles. Played up to the point for South Shore. Back to the opposite side. Flipped into the Penguins' end. One's trying to work it out. It'll be Evans clearing the zone. South Shore sends it right back in. Walking out, firing one off the post. Evans gets a stick on it, battling for it in front. Penalty over on the Penguins. Back out through center for Armstrong. He's got Evans. He throws it behind him, so Evans will retreat to get the puck. Spinning it into the zone. And getting a line change. Real tries to weave through a few. Shub gets there, trickles one in, and it'll be stopped and held by the kid. Offensive zone draw for Pittsburgh. Real coming off the wall, firing one high and over the cage. Penguins are tripped up behind, so they're going to get a power play now. It's Shub doing some work in the corner. .454 to play in the first. 0-0 here between South Shore and the Pen. Puck tied up at the South Shore blue line before it's knocked out. Gathered by Ofterhide to Real. To Julius. Julius taps it for Real. It tries to hit him. They're going to call a penalty on Real despite that kid hitting it. So we'll play 4-on-4 hockey now as Sproul takes the trimmed around for the stick of Julius. Julius up the half wall to Carter. Carter finds Sproul streaking through center. It's knocked off of his stick, and it'll be picked up by South Shore. 4-on-4 hockey for 29 more seconds before South Shore power play as the breakout pass is cut off by Ofterheim. He'll dance into the offensive zone. It towards the corner where the Penguins will forecheck in the form of Sproul. And back out through center and driving through the neutral zone as South Shore into Julius, who frees it up behind the net, and Carter will pick it up there. Carter dumps it in. Julius able to get it over the Penguins' blue line where he's pressured at neutral ice. It'll be Sproul and Julius battling as hipped back towards the South Shore King blue line. They'll go cross ice and dump it in behind the Penguins' net. Julius unable to get control as South Shore controls it. They run a switch at the blue line, and it's ultimately cleared all the way down by the Penguins. Dumped into the Penguins' end by the King. Picked up by Stark. He tries to go off the boards. And now we're going to get another penalty. This one a hook on South Shore. Starr was trying to clear the puck around the boards, and he got hooked up on the play into the hands, so we'll head back to a Penguin power play now with 2:36 to. The power play unit will be Filiaggi, Evans, Armstrong, Julius, and Starr. Face off won by South Shore. Banked off the boards and passed Julius out to center. Be picked up by Starr. He'll feather it over to Evans. Evans will try to dump it in. Comes off a South Shore play, but right to Jake Starr. He looks offside to Filiaggi. Good puck movement there. He'll play it around behind for Evans. He gets control. Twists around a bit. Centers one. Can't get it through. Banked off the boards where Armstrong will pressure. He's got Evans headed to the net. He tries for him, and he can't get it there. And back come the Kings. Banked off the boards, out through into the Penguins' end. Up the left side comes Evans. Feathers it through to Filiaggi. Nice speed. Backhander. In on net. Puck popped up and skips over the cage by Evans. Armstrong gets there. Filiaggi battling. Puck pops free. Evans waves at it. Can't get it through. Shot in front and gloved and covered by South Shore. Woo leans. Real gets control. Nice behind the back pass to Woo. Woo sends it cross ice. It's tipped by a stick. Gathered in by Merlot. He'll send it back for Woo. Now Merlot. Has a player behind it. Shub. It's between the wickets. Picked up by Woo in the corner. There back to the point for Valella. Penalty over as the Penguins still in possession. Driving to the middle. Shooting one, and it's just wide of the cage. A wicked backhander by Austin Woo. Jack Reel with the back pressure. Frees it up. Merlot will spin with it at center. A little cinnamon swirl off the half-ice wall. Back to Woo. Woo tries to dump it in. It's blocked by a King and sent back into the Penguins' end. It'll be off the right in to get it. He'll protect as he spins out of trouble. Plays it for Woo. Woo's got Shub. He misses him with a pass just a bit in front. And back come the Kings. Picking up the puck now, Woo. Carry behind the Penguins net. 27 seconds remaining in the period as Ofterheide gets control. Reverse sides and then send it cross ice to Woo. Maybe the defense go one way, then the other. Woo looks for Reel. Just rolls under his stick it into the corner. Reel will chase it down. Touches it behind the net. Filiaggi, great puck pressure there, frees it up. Real skates into it, but loses control in front of the cage, and the Kings will counterattack enough to wind out the period clock. Welcome back to Buffalo, New York. Lecom Harbor Center, practice home of the Buffalo Sabres. And the site of Game 4, the Jr Sabres Invitational, between the South Shore Kings and your Pens Elite. South Shore in white, the first ever meeting between the two 2010 birth year teams, as Sproul spins one towards the net. South Shore, a Boston team, famous alumni, famous for his Pink Whitney beverage, Ryan Whitney. The Kings are in white. You can see the logo on your screen, a king with kings underneath in a bit of a diamond, like a baseball home plate, I guess, not a diamond. And their dark pants and white socks are accentuated by green and gold striping. They wear black helmets as Filiaggi tries to tuck it in from behind the net. Back come the Kings through center. Your Penguins are in black as Hanner will toss this off to the side. Sproul will pick it up and carry behind the net. He loses control, and the Kings pick it up. Your Pens in black. The All Blacks. Black pants, black jerseys, black socks. All with gold striping and the bright, big Penguin logo upon the chest. And, of course, the iconic gold old Pens Elite helmet. Puck cleared out by Off-the-Ride. He'll find Filiaggi flying through center. Right side. Plays it in front for Brody Carter. Filiaggi will wrap it around, send it high through the crease, where the Kings will counterattack by sending it out to center. And we're going to have a penalty on Sproul for decking somebody as he tried to clear the puck, and the Pens will head to the penalty. Pens outshot the Kings in the first period by 6-4. Sorry, I think it was 6-3. Kings have had the first two shots of this second. And now the Penguins head to the penalty kill. It'll be Evans and Armstrong with Kaminsky and Starr. The Kings look to set things up on the PK or on the power play. Pressure by Kaminsky along the wall. Armstrong gets in, tries to make a play, a backside feed, jumps over the stick. It'll be Evans coming away with it. He hits Armstrong, who comes through center. He'll shoot one to the glove side, get the glove and hold by the Kings goaltender. Evans will lean in on the short-handed face-off. Minute 8 left on the PK. Penguins with a decent scoring chance there on the shot from Armstrong. Evans will win the draw, tapping it in behind the Kings net. Pressures the puck and is able to free it up for Villela. His pass, though, right to a streaking King who drives in with speed. Offensive zone, defended off nicely by Merlot. Work to the half wall where Armstrong will pressure. Stick on puck. Knocked it to the corner. It's popped in behind. King skate to it. Couple Penguins kind of skated away from the puck there. Merlot will work. He banks it off the boards for Armstrong. Armstrong has Evans, doesn't get it to him. And they'll dump it in. Brought on by South Shore into the pen zone where they dump it into a corner. It's picked up by Ofteride there. Only 8 seconds left on the penalty. Banked off the boards. Real able to nudge it out to center, and Sproul will be released from the sin bin. It'll be Wu jumping on the ice for the Penguins. Puck sent up the middle of the ice by South Shore and into the pen's end. They'll come as Ofteride defends, keeping the play to the outside and doing a great job of blocking that shot. A centering feed with a beautiful save by the hand man as they put it on the back of the net. And we'll get a whistle. It should come out of the Penguin zone. Wu's going to lean in the neutrals. He's flanked by Shub and Reel. Banked off the boards and tracked down by Jack Reel. Using the speed to get there first. Dancing a bit in the corner, and he'll chop one over the cage. Up on the opposite side and sent all the way down where King will chase it. Trying to shove it past Kaminsky, who does a great job defensively to break up the play. The Kings maintain possession, though, and work it back in towards the Penguins' net. Tapped out to center by Wu, put in offsides, and it will be a neutral zone faceoff. Roll with the faceoff, dodging it forward. Filiaggi pressures, but the Kings send it right back up the wall. Got one streaking to the net as Starr's able to cut off the King forward, and the Pens will break out. Carter to Sproul. Sproul into the offensive zone. Pulls up, has Filiaggi, but he'll shoot instead. Filiaggi able to get to the rebound, plays it in where it's covered. Wu's going to lean in and take the draw. Back towards Villela. Evans will intercept it, and now they'll battle on the wall. Villela back for Armstrong. His shot blocked by a King. Wu with pressure. Villela keeps at the blue line. It'll be Armstrong cutting to the middle. Now Evans. Evans taps it back into the offensive zone. Wu tripped up on the play. Merlot will keep. Drives inside, sending one backside. It'll be the Penguins, Carter. Sorry for the brief audio delay. Roll picks it up, weaving in front, pulling it. The Kings goalie was able to get his stick back, but it's been all Penguins here. It's about 5:30 left in the second. A beautiful cross-ice feed by Starr. Wu dusts the puck off a little bit and tries to fire one that's blocked. A battle behind. It'll be won by Wu. Another penalty coming here on South Shore as they wind up and crank one in. It'll be I believe a hooking call. And the Pens will head to the power play. Filiaggi leans over the dot. Puck skips over his stick. Merlot unable to keep it at the blue line. But Villela breaks up a potential 2-on-1 for the Kings shorthand. Try to get it to Filiaggi. He's pressured. And the Kings able to work it behind the Penguins net where Merlot will rim it around. He'll find Armstrong. He'll go back to Merlot. And he'll rock it all the way around to Evans. Evans pressure. Penguins a bit disjointed on the breakout here. As the South Shore King player will fire it at his coach. Perhaps he wants more minutes. Center ice face-off coming. Penguins over the center ice dot here at the Harbor Center, right on the Sabre logo. Penguins are on a power play for another 51 seconds. Able to get it to nice for a shot by Real. I think it was Real. He's celebrating like it was him. Wu leaves it. Shoop fired it, and Real got the redirection. And the Penguins lead 1-0 in the second. I was trying to run a couple things here with audio and all kinds of stuff. Thanks for the feedback, everybody. We're doing the best we can. Cinnamon Swirl TV, running the camera. We got Chris Merlot doing the production, the play-by-play. Myself, Jeremy Evans. Thank you all for joining us. Please subscribe below. Up to 285 or 485, sorry. I love every one of you. Thank you. As a shot comes in from inside the circles, it's gloved by Hanner. The Penguins in their own end. Armstrong pinned against the wall. Boo digs. Pull it out. E to Villela. Villela able to hit Evans. Evans plays it past the defender. He's tackled. Armstrong behind the net. Villela able to keep it in. It's Wu turning with it. Got Evans. He'll fire it across the crease instead. Evans to the puck, twisting with it out of the corner. He wasn't actually tackled on that play. And it'll be cleared by South Shore. Penguins send it up ice off the stick of Armstrong. And it'll be an ice. Defensive zone for the draw for the Pens. 2:19 to play in the second, leading 1-0. Julius pops it off the boards behind for Offner. Banks it off the wall looking for Real. He's able to tap it out the center. Jube with the pressure. I believe this was the line who got it done. Or no, Wu was with him, not Filiaggi. Filiaggi pinned up against the wall. Jube following on, able to fire it up ice for Real. Real in behind. He tries to bank it off the goaltender and almost did. It'll be off their high. Firing it back behind off the stick of Filiaggi to Real. Real wraps it around to Shub, covering the point. He'll dance one, now a pair, before it's knocked off of his stick, and back come the Kings. Waving at it off the right, he's able to dislodge it to Real. Real with speed, carries it around. Shooting one that's off the goaltender to the corner. Chased down by Filiaggi. Shub in support as the Kings wheel behind their own net. Shub with the pressure, falls down on the play as the Kings leave it. Penguins able to pop a stick in, free it up to Julius, who winds off the wall. Nice job with the kind of a backwards pull shot there towards the net. It'll be Julius dumping it into the offensive zone for the Pens as they get a line change. And the referees are able to see offsides apparently. So we'll get an offside call. It'll be Sproul taking the draw. He wins it to Carter. Carter unable to gain the zone cleanly, and the Kings will send it back out the center where it's knocked out of the air by Starr. He'll drive to the right-hand side. Onside play. Knocked off his stick right to Wu. Wu hooked on the play. No call yet again as his shot comes in, and it is held. Back come the Kings up through center. Challenging both Penguin defenders, and they'll yank him down to the ice, and the Kings will go to the power play. It'll be 88 Kaminsky for the Pens headed off. Pens on the penalty kill now. As it's popped free out the center by Filiaggi. He'll continue to hound the puck, and it comes free as time expires. Pens will have a minute 17 to kill in the third. Here live at the Harbor Center in Buffalo, New York, right next to T-Bank Arena, home of the Buffalo Sabres. This is the practice. And the Pens lead 1-0. They got a minute 17 left of penalty kill time on the Kaminsky penalty. Kings gain the Penguin zone. Centering feed blocked by Merlot, work back to the point. The Evans pressuring the D-to-D play. In behind, they work the puck. Into a player behind the cage. Follow with the pressure. Evans with some back pressure. Back to the point where he'll dump it back into the point. Build the Kings defense. Lella, indirect off the boards for Filiaggi. He goes off the wall trying to escape the zone, but it's held in. More pressure. This time Merlot keeps it. Keeps the Kings from doing too much damage, but they'll get it free to Evans. He drives the outside, tries to tuck it in behind himself. He's angled incredibly well by the Kings defense. They back to defend as the Penguins are looking for a bit of a line change. They'll get Wu on. Off it. Taking it off the boards, it'll be Wu. He can't escape. Turns with it. Comes free to the stick of Julius, who's able to clear the Penguin zone with 6 seconds left on the penalty kill. And the Kings will be offsides. Face off to come at center ice. Off one by South. Penalty over for the Penguins. Armstrong pressures at the blue line. It'll still be an onside play for South Shore. Coming down the wall, cutting to the behind the net area, centering one, Hanner once, twice, 3 times a lady. Big Willie Styles, William Hanner coming up huge for the Penguins. As it's still loose in front, it comes back to the point. That shot high up over the cage. Evans able to fire it up ice off the stick of Armstrong. And the Penguins cleared the heat out of what was a blazing hot 5,000 degree kitchen like they have at the training table at the Lemieux Center. Wu gets the puck and just kind of offs it to the middle of the ice. Picked up by the Kings. Carried out through center with speed and around Kaminsky. Cutting to the middle. Carrying on his backhand. Tucking it back to his forehand. Trying the short side on Hanner. And that was closed as well. Fired cross ice for Evans. Evans and Kaminsky will battle along the wall. Now Wu. Wu will get control, but he can't clear the zone. Fired in behind for Starr. Starr leaves it in the corner. Wu trying to get there. Now it'll be Evans. Evans able to hit Reel in space, and he sends him free. Jack Reel into the offensive zone around a defender, and he fires it just up over the cage. He'll crank it back towards the blue line where Valello will keep it in and use the boards. His centering feed goes the whole way to the opposite corner for Schub, who tries to clear it back to Merlot. That's picked off and sent back out to center by South Shore. Valello turning with it just inside his own blue line, able to get it back out to neutral ice where it'll be a battle. Filiaggi, Valella, and Schub. Taken by the Kings. They'll go cross ice and then right up the middle. South Shore driving in on Merlot. Valello will get there. He'll hit Reel. Reel will send it all the way up, and Schub will chase it as the Kings pick it up behind their net, hunting after the puck. Carter Schub. His puck pressure frees it up to the stick of Filiaggi. More pressure from Carter, but the Kings able to escape. Up the wall is Often. Off-threat. Cross ice feed. Shuby into the zone. Beautiful delay and feed to the middle. It just bounced over the stick of the charging Dalton Julius. But now come the Kings back as Sproul jumps in front and loses his hand to leave the puck. It'll be a penalty on Sproul as he dove at the feet of the Russian King. Now the referees are going to call it. That was clearly a trip, but they're going to call interference. You can't interfere on the guy with the puck, but you can trip him. The Pens will head back to the penalty kill with 8:51 to. Back to the point toward the King. Diddy they go. Schub angling a bit. Julius to the puck. Get around. Julius working in the corner. Pickpocketed there. Trying to come out in front. For the Kings, Julius able to defend away, along with Ofter. Now Schub. Now Julius. He'll call on a heavy check on Dalton Julius. He'll pull it around and get it out to center ice where Brody Carter skates into it. He cuts back to the middle. Tries to tap it between the legs. It's cut off and brought back by the Kings. Pressure from Evans. Forces a bit of a misplay at center, but they'll loft it into the right wing corner. Twisting and turning right into Valella. Leaving one for a heavy shot from the circle by the Kings, and Hanner equal to the Kings. Evans will take the face off here, shorthanded. Won by the Kings, back to the point. Filiaggi with pressure. Now Evans pressuring the point. We go D to D. And they'll fire one in, a redirected puck. And soy butter and crumpets. William Hanner. Highway robbery. .23 seconds left on the penalty kill. Back to the point. Tapped out, and it'll be Evans, escaping the zone. Carrying it to the outside. He might be able to get a step. He's angled again perfectly to the boards. He'll dump it in. 9 seconds left on the penalty as Filiaggi hounds the puck. He's able to pressure it enough to actually get control for a moment as the penalty expires on Sprolzy. Kings weave into the Penguin zone. Off the stick of Starr. It'll be Evans picking up, playing into space. Off the boards. He's got a streaking Armstrong. Off the bench. He's in by himself. He'll shoot glove hand side. And a beauty of a save by the Kings netminder. Ooh, carrying behind. Trying to pop out in front. He'll carry to the corner instead. Playing it back to Starr at the point. Keeps it at the blue line. Deflected puck into the feet of Armstrong. Free for real. His shot stopped, but it's poked in behind. And the old pickle stabber. The dill pickle stabber in behind for Austin Wu, the RZA. The Jizza, the ghost-faced killer, it's Austin Wu! Tapping it in to make it 2-0 Penguins. It'll be Julius. Working. It'll be Wu getting control. He finds Real streaking up the left. 6:20 to play. Pens lead 2-0 as Real carries in behind. Real finds off the ride. He'll spin it to the corner looking at Armstrong. Armstrong. Knocked down, but Real power move to the middle. Firing one, it's blocked. And back come the Kings. Julius picks it up. He's poke checked, and the Kings are going to get a bit of a... Oh, they were going to potentially have a chance. Hunted by off their eye. They'll elect to dump and get a change. Up ice comes Evans, who taps it to the middle. Gets control, tries for Shub. But the Kings counterattack back to the Penguin blue line where Julius picks it up. He got Shub. Shub looking cross ice, just couldn't get free of the defender. Into the offensive zone, defended off by Merlot. Now Filiaggi. He'll get to Evans. Evans has Filiaggi. He delays a bit, fires one, and it's just over the glove. I think it nicked off the glove a bit. I don't know that it was on net, but it went to the corner. Shub will fire one into the middle. It'll be tipped over for back to him by Villela. Shub is just murdered along the boards, and we're going to get a whistle. So with 5 minutes to play and a 2-0 lead, that Pens will head to the power play. Behind the net and off the wall as the Penguins are able to keep it in the zone. That's Jake Starr. Kings able to send it all the way down to the Penguins and not icing as Kaminsky will get there. He's under intense pressure in behind the Penguins net as the Kings try to create some shorthanded offense. Tick-tock goes the clock on the Penguins power play as Wu will come away with it and find Carter, but it rolls just under his twig. Dump it back into the corner. Played with a high stick by Starr. So we'll get a defensive zone draw for Pittsburgh. Filiaggi to take the face. Tapped out to center and pressured by Reel. Kicked along by Shub. And it'll be the Kings into the Penguin zone by Ofterhide. He literally avoids the interference call as the Pens are able to work it all the way around and hit Filiaggi on the breakout. He loses control, blazing through center. It'll be dumped back in. Ofterhide fakes one way, goes the other, is able to find Reel. Reel out to the blue line, no further. Off of Ofterhide, popping back into the middle. Sent high in the air where Reel kind of tries to glove it down, so did a South Shore player at Reel's height. I think he caught one right in the schnozola. Penalty over for South Shore. 3:25 to play as they drive into the Penguin zone. Shot in on Hanner. No luck as Hanner's able to catch it in the bread basket. Face off in the Penguins' end to the right of Hanner. Ooh, pins it back to Merlot. Around, pressured by Villela. Back to the point it goes. To the corner. Villela working, able to get control in the corner and spin it to Evans, who falls on his face, and the Kings will keep it in the Penguins' end. Armstrong able to work it the whole way out to center ice. Villela pinned against the boards as the Kings put it back in the Pens' end. And we tick inside of 2 minutes and 40 seconds, a 2-0 Penguin lead. Worked back out to the point. Shot coming in, deflects off 2 posts and potted in behind Hanner. An unlucky one there. Shot from the point. Goes pink off the post. No penalty will be called here, as there was a delayed call on the Pen. So it's 2-1 Penguins lead. Kings have come back in the shot department. It's, according to the scoreboard, it's 12-14. I do know there were a few missed shots. Kings center being waved off the dot. Sproul will lean in as it's popped the whole way in behind the Penguins defense for Starr. Now Kaminsky. South Shore will look to get some momentum from their goal there, as it's tied up along the boards. They'll come right off, firing one off the pads of Hanner. Back to the point, slap shot, skips through all the legs to the point. Dumped back in for Starr. Starr, high off the boards and off the official. Filiaggi will still get there, but not with the momentum he was carrying for the wraparound. Starr back to it again. Tapped over for Carter. Carter to Sproul, and the Pens are off ice. Sproul has Filiaggi. He'll cut to the middle instead and have it knocked off of his stick. To the half wall it goes. Filiaggi able to get there and possess. Working it back to Carter. Skate the stick. Over to Sproul. Cutting to the middle. Unable to get the shot through, and centers one. Puck is free. Digging for it are the Penguins. And they'll be pushed and shoved in on the Kings goaltender, who was able to cover it up and get a stop and play. And William Sproul's going to take an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty here. Ray Conway getting an explanation. So the Pens will now be on a penalty kill for 1:23. Timeout South Shore. So the Penguins now will have to kill off a Sproul penalty to win the game. There's 1:23 to play. Let's hope they end this one on the penalty kill. And it'll probably be a 6-on-4 as they'll pull the goaltender on the South Shore net. Puck all the way out. Will it get on net? Oh. Dalton Julian fires it all the way down. You'll see it enter. And the Penguins with a shorty. Making it 3-1 shorthanded. After over to Real. Real pops it into the South Shore zone. They'll pick it up. My guess is they'll come right back out with the goaltender again. As they work it into the Pens end, we are going to see a goalie pulled as they get one in on Henry, and he's there for the stop, cleared to the corner. Oh, they don't get the goalie out, as Real will get to it and send it back in front. Alshore weaving through center. Now they're going to try to get their goalie off. Into the corner it goes. Alshore with 6, Penguins with 4, 30 seconds left in the game. Shot in, Hanner, there, save, rebound. It's in behind Hanner, and it's a power play goal. Thank heavens for that empty netter so far. We'll have some more excitement here in the third. There are 19.7 seconds remaining, and the Penguins will take a timeout. Pens leading 3-2. Pens will deploy 5. Star and Julius on the back end. Filiaggi, Shub, and Evans up front. 6 Kings on the ice as they have yanked the goalie. Evans will ice the puck here. .3 to play, and the faceoff will come all the way back to the Penguins' end. Puck whacked out by Evans. Off the Filiaggi draw, but kept at the point. Back to the point. Blocked by Shub. He'll tap it forward. Not out 3. Shub battling on the boards. And the Pens are going to get a win. Over 500 here in the Junior Sabre Invitational. So the Penguins, in the first ever meeting with the South Shore Kings, get a 3-2 win. What did he say?